Together with leaders around the world, the United States is working to strengthen rules and policies so AI technologies are safe before they're released to the public. To make sure we govern this technology, not the other way around, having it govern us. And I'm committed to working through this institution and other international bodies and directly with leaders around the world, including our competitors, to ensure we harness the power of artificial intelligence for good while protecting our citizens from its most profound risk.
That was President Biden with strong words on the growing threat of artificial intelligence at the United Nations earlier this week. The potential pitfalls of AI include racial bias and is underscored by a recent case out of Detroit. Earlier this year, a black woman who was 8 months pregnant at the time was wrongly arrested for carjacking based on facial recognition technology. The issue of bias in AI is tackled in my next guest's new book, where she writes, "The rising frontier for civil rights will require algorithmic justice. AI should be for the people and by the people, not just the privileged few." Joining me now, founder of the Algorithmic Justice League and author of Unmasking AI, Joy Buolamwini. Joy, welcome to the Saturday Show. Thank you for being here. That false arrest in the carjacking case is the third known allegation of wrongful arrest by Detroit police based on AI technology. What do these cases illustrate about the threat that AI poses?
One thing that it illustrates is that we are not listening to the data. The United States government, the National Institute for Standards and Technology, in 2019 had reports showing that many facial recognition systems could be 10 to 100 times worse for Asian American faces and African American faces as compared to Caucasian faces, and even explicitly stated that African American women were at greater risk of being misidentified. So the warning shots have been there. We already saw the false arrest of Robert Williams, arrested in front of his 2 young daughters and his wife. This was 2020. That we have Portia Woodruff being falsely arrested in 2023, and she reported having contractions, right, while she was in the holding cell, is completely unacceptable and could have been absolutely avoided with the passing of the Facial Recognition and Biometric Technology Moratorium Act, which has been reintroduced. This is the time to pass it.
You recently published a study that examined racial bias in facial recognition AI and found that darker-skinned women are the most likely to be misclassified with error rates up to 34.7%. while the error rate for white men was 0.8%. Is that kind of disparity limited to facial recognition technology, or can it be found in other areas of AI?
Yeah, so that study on gender classification was very much a canary in the coal mine, and we continue to see algorithmic bias, whether it's racial bias, gender bias, age bias, in so many different areas that AI is being applied to. So we can look at AI being applied to mortgage lending. We can even look at the types of toxic outputs you can get with something like generative AI systems. There's a great report that came out that showed that AI doesn't just reflect the bias of societies, it can actually make them worse. Point in case, they would put in a prompt for, say, a judge. Even though women make up maybe 30% of judges, the actual representation you were getting from the AI prompt in terms of the images generated was in the single digits. And so we have a situation where we're not just reflecting the status quo, but we are actually going reverse in so much of the progress made for civil rights, for women's rights, you name it. Think of an ism and it's being encoded into technology right now.
So over your shoulder is your book, and we have a graphic of your book cover. And on it, we see an illustration of your face, but there's a white mask. There's a reason why that is your illustration. Talk about that.
Yes. So when I was a graduate student at MIT, I was excited to be at the epicenter of innovation, and I was working on an installation project that used face tracking technology. Unfortunately, the system did not detect my face until I put on a white mask. So literally, this experience of putting on a white mask, being in whiteface to be rendered visible by a machine, is what led me to start asking questions. Are technologies as neutral as they appear? And as you mentioned with some of the research on gender classification, and we see the arrest of Portia Woodruff and others, the answer is a resounding no. And so unmasking AI goes beyond that experience to talk about the ways in which AI systems are determining who gets hired, who gets fired, who even gets admitted into college, and who has access to healthcare. So we truly are in a place where we are seeing the shadow of what I call, you've heard of the male gaze, you've heard of the white gaze, and now we have the coded gaze.
The coded gaze. You know, the White House has released a blueprint for an AI Bill of Rights, which lays out how to protect people in the age of AI. Having met with the president in a closed-door discussion earlier this summer, how receptive do you find the Biden administration to be at viewing the threats of this technology through an intersectional lens, that coded gaze?
I was actually really encouraged by my meeting with President Biden, and I also had an opportunity to brief Vice President Harris years before. And so for me, what is encouraging is that we do have leadership right in the federal government and also at the Office of Science, Technology and Policy. We see it at the National Institute for Standards and Technology with the release of an AI risk management framework. So we are not starting from scratch. We do have steps that can be taken right now. So what happened to Portia Woodruff doesn't happen to anybody else.
Dr. Joy Buolamwini, thank you very, very much for coming to the Saturday show and talking about this very important topic.
Thank you for having me.